Now, Manipur's Chief Minister, Biren Singh, will stay, according to sources, and this is after the shock and outrage that swept the country over the video of the two women being paraded naked in the violence-hit state. The opposition is demanding his resignation.
Many on social media, including the Congress, as Divya mentioned, have demanded the Chief Minister's removal, alleging massive failure in the governance.
There's no discussion on changing the Chief Minister. Rather, the priority is to ensure that law and order remains in control, is what is being said. To get more on this, we have my colleague Megha joining us. Megha, there's been a huge gap when it comes between the crime and surfacing of the video, and very little headway was made in the 70-plus days since the case was filed. And even when we take into account, it's almost 3 months since violence that broke out in the state of Manipur. The opposition demanding the resignation of the Chief Minister, but the government won't have any of it.
Divya, it's not like the government won't have any of it. It's, at this moment, the priorities of both the centre and the state, I would say more specifically of the centre, is to ensure that everything remains calm in Manipur. And it's not an easy place, something that all of us have now realized in terms of ensuring that the law and order prevails in that state. The kind of factions that you are seeing there in Manipur, the tribal wars that has led to all of this, does also entail that, whoever sits in the chair of the Chief Minister there in Manipur needs to be a man who either understands all of this very well and also, of course, is in complete control of the same. To be changing the Chief Minister under the pressure of the opposition parties or under this political pressure that the opposition has been trying to build up for the last 3 months from the time the violence has begun, does not seem to be a very wise move to the centre for them. And you remember just a few weeks back, if I were to take you to that day when Biren Singh had decided that he would, on his own, resign and step down. That day, the kind of drama that had unfolded in front of his house, he was not even allowed to step outside of his house. His resignation letter that he'd written to submit to the governor was torn into bits. So while he is somebody who does command a lot of mass support there in the state of Manipur, he is also someone who is a very, very old hand and does, of course, understand the nuances and the nitty-gritties in that state. For the centre and specifically for the Home Ministry, it doesn't really seem that they are looking at wanting to remove Biren Singh at a time when they would need the situation to be in control. The logic being given is whoever comes at a time like this, a new person being put in that position, will not be of same, may not be in a position to instantly bring things back in control. And it doesn't even help BJP politically to remove Biren Singh. The situation there is coming back to normal. Amit Shah himself has been there in the state, made 2 visits. They have been working really hard to ensure that the state moves towards peace, which is what at this moment, even despite the fact that the video went viral the 2 days back, the situation has more or less remained in control, and that is where the priority of both the state and centre lies.